Hello, this is wmpyr. Last week I got a comment basically asking me about stances, so this is a response to that comment. Let's get started right away. Alright, so the first thing is just standing square like this, okay? When you stand square like this, the benefit definitely is that you're not going to aggravate the situation. If you get into a fighting stance, you're letting them know that you're ready to fight. But if you just stand square like this, it could confuse them. It can make you a little bit less predictable. So those are the benefits to just standing normal like this. If you're comfortable from this stance to go into whatever you do, then that's a benefit right there. There also are, just like with anything, there's negatives too. The negative is that if you stand this way, you're offering your target to be attacked from direct center, the left side, and the right side. So that's three different angles of attack that you are letting them, that you're just giving to them. And then on the other hand, there's also a high, medium, and low position. So that's three positions times three angles of attack. That's 9 different areas that they can attack. And the problem with that is 9 different areas you have to constantly go, where are they going to attack next? Where are they coming for? And what we want to do in martial arts is we want to make their attack as predictable as possible. We want to know what they're going to do. And if you offer them 9, it just makes it a little bit harder that way, or a lot more harder. So you want to make things more predictable. If you're confident that they're going to throw one of these and it's coming right here, then that's fine. This might work out for you because you know what's coming. But if not, then you don't know if it's going to be a shot to the groin, hit over here to the body. You don't know what's coming. You know what I mean? So that's the negative side of standing square like that. Okay. Eskrima wise, when we would stand like this is more like for a self-defense type situation. Okay. And this is, you're going to have to improvise and grab whatever you can and stuff like that. So for a more self-defense oriented situation, we might possibly be like in this kind of stance. Okay. Now, more conventional, more popular, generally taught is this stance right here. The weapon hand, I don't care if it's in your right hand or your left hand, whichever side has the weapon, all right, goes to the front, okay, just like so. And this hand right here, you just put it right here on top of the heart, and I just say protect the heart. You're not literally protecting the heart, but it's here because your natural tendency is when you are attacking and stuff, that this hand is going to want to just be left down here or just wherever, And what we want to do is by constantly reminding yourself and checking yourself, oh, I need to put this hand right here. You are developing awareness and control. And once you have that kind of awareness and control, then you are going to be able to use this hand to your advantage. So it will take, it will come into play, and it will help you out for sure. So, but for now, we just want to develop that awareness and control. So as you're working with this hand right here and doing your angles of attack form, then just keep this right here. Just tell yourself, protect the heart. Just keep it right there, okay? This hand right here, if you notice, there's about 1.5 inches sticking out down here, okay? And the reason for that is because you could strike downwards this way, you can strike this way, you can strike on the way back, and then also you could pin. You could just press up and pin their arm this way or other areas, or you could also hook. So there's multiple usages for this. We have other grips, okay? I also use this, I also use this, I also use this. So stuff like this. So there's other grips that we utilize, but this is the most conventional, the most popular, and starting off wise, this is probably a very, very good place to start, is this stance. Hand here, have a little bit sticking out this way here, and start off like this. One of the reasons why this hand is to the front is because if they're attacking me with a weapon, yes, if they're coming in with a weapon, I can use my empty hand and try to defend or block against their empty hand. I don't want to go their weapon to my, flesh, weapon to flesh. I don't want to do that. So I want to go flesh to flesh, all right? But I may miscalculate. I may not have that luxury and then, take their weapon on my arm. That's going to suck for me. So ideally, this right here will have a little bit, basically my shield right here. So if I can do this, and if I mess up and I'm not able to hit them on the arm and the weapon collides with my weapon, then that's good for me. I'm going to be thankful that it was this instead of my arm. So that's defense wise, that's one of the reasons, because you can't always have it perfect. And if you do mess up, then this, like I said, is your shield rather than this. All right. If I have to, sure, this, but this first. Another reason is because when I attack, this time for offense, right, the nearest weapon to the nearest target. So if I have it in the front, it's ready to go, and it's more direct, quicker for me to do that. Another reason is because I don't want to touch the other person. I don't know what kind of diseases they have, and yeah, if I touch them with the weapon, no problem. If I touch them with my hand, and if I get cut in the process, not cool. Just imagine a block of ice, all right? Can I break the block of ice with my fist? Probably, all right? Will I get cut? Probably. So, but if I use, a weapon like this, or, even a pen or something else, then my hand is more likely to be safe. And I'd rather stay safe and not get anything cut. No scratches, nothing like that. You know what I mean? So, all right, this stance right here, and then you're just going to be working your strikes. Boom, boom. Keep the hand right here. Boom, boom, and then stab like so. Remember, this leg is to the front. And now let me show you two variations from this stance right here. Okay, one is you're kind of like this, more square. Okay, number two is where you're more turned like this. Okay, what's the difference? When you're more turned like this, okay, think of the best example I could give you is like point karate fighting. Okay, you're going to be very mobile this way. If you're more to the side, you're presenting less of a target, and you're more cautious. So it's like, imagine there's like some fire and you're trying to grab something through the fire. You're gonna grab it like this. So you're less committed, less power. So that's the minus there. Less power, but mobile and less committed. So that's definitely can work well for you in a situation that requires that. Now, if you're more square like so, then your base is more solid. Okay. So because you're more planted like this is like when you're going to push a car, okay? You're going to push a car like so with one leg to the front, because if both legs are together and you push a car and it moves, you're going to fall over. But here you could really push, you could really dig in, okay? And also you could also receive force this way as well. So this gives you a solid base. A solid base is like a catapult. If you have a solid base, it can launch, something. If you don't have a solid base, your accuracy and all that can get messed up. And the other problem with that is, if you have a solid base, you could go bam, and you could attack in combinations. If you don't have a solid base, you throw one hit, you're probably going to fall over. So this is the importance of having a solid base there. The problem is lack of mobility. All right. A good example I can give you is kind of like a Thai boxing stance, kind of like this, okay, where they're there and they have to rely on their peripheral vision and their experience, and to try to see and block and defend against whatever's coming, and then give back, dish in really hard shots, boom, and return the favor, But if you feel like the other person's just coming in all crazy and wild, in that case, mobility might suit you better. So same idea, weapon side to the front, that same leg is also to the front. So either you're going to be here or here, just a small twist right there, and you can change whether you're going to be more mobile or whether you're going to be with a stronger base, okay? The next stance that I want to talk about is this one right here. Now the weapon side is to the back here. Why would you do this? This is not as popular. Commonly taught in Eskrima, like I said, is weapon side to the front. But this one right here, where the weapon side is to the back, I still practice this. I feel that it's still important. And the reason why is because, well, if they're trying to take my weapon away, then I want that weapon far away. And if they're trying to take it and they're doing, a good job, or I feel like they might be successful, then I'll just bring the weapon side to the back over here. Another reason why you can have the weapon side to the back is concealment, okay? So if you put it down here, and I've actually used this in a real life situation several times, where I just had to, talk to the person and tell them to leave me alone, and they didn't see, they had no idea that I was armed and I had a weapon on this side over here. So that's another reason that you could stand this way. Okay, so I would still practice this way and still be comfortable attacking and doing whatever it is that is necessary from here as well. So I recommend to practice all those different stances, and there isn't one stance that's better than the other. There's pros and cons to all of them, just like the same with techniques, the same with martial arts styles. And I feel like every style, every technique, every stance has the possibility to help you out, and also has the possibility to be successful or fail, and everything in between. It's just a tool. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, and that's it for now, and take care, folks.